With every action, with every breath, with every performance, they do whatever it takes to achieve their dreams, all in the spirit of never giving up.
希望有一天会自己站起来走路的。
Share your love with them and watch them fulfill their dreams. The SPD Charity Show 2019, Sunday, 17th March at 7 p.m. live on Channel 8.
Welcome back. The doctor at the center of the data leak of over 14,000 HIV patients has lost his appeal for his conviction and 2-year jail sentence. Le Texiang was found guilty last September for using his blood in place of his HIV-positive partner, Mickey Brochet, to trick authorities into granting the American unemployment pass. In dismissing the appeal, a high court judge said Le's arguments were creative but baseless and in part illogical.
This is the first time Le has made a public appearance after news of the HIV registry leak broke in January. Unrepresented in court today, the 37-year-old claimed that he lied about his confessions to the police. He said he wanted to give authorities a bargaining chip against Brochet to stop him from leaking confidential health ministry data. Prosecutors called his arguments contrived and far-fetched, as no officer had told Le that such a bargaining chip was needed. The judge agreed, saying he found that Le had given his statements voluntarily and that there was clear corroborative evidence from Brochet. Le also said his false confession was in retaliation against the health ministry, whom he felt discriminated him because of his sexual orientation. When asked how it was a retaliation and what would happen if he did not cooperate, Le said he did not think about it at that time. The judge also said that Le played an active role as an instigator in the ruse to dupe authorities. Now, Le will start his sentence on the 21st of March. He's currently out on $40,000 bail and is also electronically tagged. Now, he has to comply with additional curfew requirements, which means he has to stay at his registered address from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. daily. Now, he's also set to stand trial for drug charges in May. He also faces an additional charge under the Official Secrets Act related to the leak of HIV information, which is currently stood down.
A 23-year-old man has been arrested and will be charged with murder after an incident at Sungai Kadut Loop. We understand that the victims were found with slash wounds.
Police were alerted to the incident at around 1 p.m. at International Furniture Centre along Sungai Kadut Loop. A 30-year-old man was found motionless inside the building and was later pronounced dead. A 29-year-old man sustained injuries but was conscious when conveyed to Khoo Teck Puat Hospital. Now, police have classified the case as murder, and a 23-year-old man has been arrested and will be charged in court on Wednesday. I understand that the two victims are Singaporeans, while the suspect is a work permit holder. Police say all three men knew each other and investigations are ongoing.
In the coming years, those registering their marriage could find themselves doing so in a new and improved setting. The interior of the Registry of Marriages building at Fort Canning will be redesigned by some 150 design students from various schools. The registry is collaborating with 3 institutes of higher learning on this. Renovation works are expected to begin around mid-2020 and are expected to last over a year. Pongo is set to get its first fire station in around a year's time. The 5-story building will be located at Pongo Central and will also house the district's neighborhood police center. There will be dedicated community spaces like a multi-purpose hall and a garden. We understand that the gross floor area will measure some 9,500 square meters. That's about the size of 8 Olympic-size swimming pools. This year's National Day rally will be held on Sunday, the 18th of August. The Prime Minister's office says it will be held at the Institute of Technical Education in Ang Mo Kio, the same location as last year. The rally is an annual address by the Prime Minister on Singapore's key challenges and policies. The Singapore Contractors Association has called for an immediate safety timeout at construction sites in view of the recent spate of workplace fatalities. The association conducts a timeout every quarter to get companies to review all aspects of safety and risk assessment. The next one is slated for April.
There have been 4 workplace fatalities since the start of this year. 2 in January, 1 in February, and the latest on Saturday, where a 36-year-old man was killed after a sheet pile fell on him at a CINQ construction site. With the spate of incidents, an immediate safety timeout has been called for companies to stop operations and review processes. The timeout typically lasts 4 hours or half a day.
For example, this time around we are talking about traffic occurrence on site. I mean, some sites are pretty big. There are a lot of activities going on, vehicles moving around, human moving around, material being carried. So I think what we are doing this time around is that get our members to look through their processes, how they manage the traffic on site to mitigate the risks and to create a safe working place.
In a Facebook post, Minister of State for Manpower Zaki Mohammed said he supports the association's move. He said it's a timely reminder for the industry to take stock and review procedures at construction sites. He added that safety is a shared responsibility to ensure every worker goes home safely each day.
And coming up next on News 5, more schools are set to roll out after-school programs which have helped disadvantaged students turn their lives around. Stay tuned for the details.
Weather report brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric.